Hey there, I'm Tobias, and this cute little creature here is Snickerdoodle. Snickerdoodle is a 6-year-old palomino Chincoteague pony mare that my grandmother bought at the Chincoteague Pony penny auction back in 2019. So Miss Snickerdoodle is a real, genuine, island-born Chincoteague pony. After leaving the island, Snickerdoodle went a few states away to go grow up and be a baby and do all those horse things out in the field with a bunch of other Chincoteague ponies. 2 weeks ago, she returned back to her native state of Virginia to be with me and to start training. She's just precious. Yeah. All the kissies. Let's talk about how week 1 went. Sunday of last week was when Snickerdoodle arrived. She arrived at about 3:30 in the afternoon. I kind of spent the day preparing for her. I wasn't really sure what I was going to have coming off that trailer. She's a 6-year-old Chincoteague pony with unknown amounts of trailer experience and traveling experience. So I'm setting up expecting to have this pony leap off the trailer and be all over the place, high energy, dramatic, all sorts of things. So I'm prepared. We're gonna wrestle this pony. It's gonna go well. Holler gets here. He pulls in. My grandma's super excited. I'm locked in. I'm ready for pony drama. Holler opens up the trailer door. Not a sound from Snickerdoodle. Gets her, and she walks off the trailer like it's nothing. Like she hadn't just been on it for the last 5 or 6 hours. Calm as can be. No drama whatsoever. I had no idea how big she was gonna be. And Chincoteague ponies can be pretty darn small. I was very pleasantly surprised to see she was bigger than I expected. At the time of recording this, I don't know her height yet. My guess is about 13'2"-ish. Chunky. She's very chunky. Got a photo from the hauler in the morning of his little camera looking back into the trailer, and I was like, oh, that's a lot of pony on that pony. Bigger than I expected in multiple ways. She goes in the stall, quiet as can be. Looks out the window, is looking at everything going on, gives my family time to say hi to the new pony before she gets put out in the quarantine field. Beautiful, beautiful pony. The prettiest little face on this pony. So after she's had about 20 minutes or so sitting in the stall, my boyfriend and I go grab her quarantine buddy, this little old German riding pony named Nina. I have my boyfriend hold Nina and I hold Snickerdoodles, and I wanted them to touch noses. I'm expecting drama, and nothing. I don't even think they squealed. They touched noses. They're like, okay, cool. And Snickerdoodles was like, all right, I'm off. I'm ready for the next thing. This was cool. After that, we lead the 2 ponies up to our quarantine field. We turn them out. I'm expecting drama. Nothing. Super calm. As painless and drama-free as anyone could ever hope for a new pony arriving. Monday comes around. I go feed all the horses. I go drive up to feed the horses at the front of the property, including Nina and Snickerdoodles. I feed Nina. No grain for Snickerdoodles yet. She hasn't been on grain, so she wasn't getting any yet. Snickerdoodles comes up, says hi. She's very, very friendly. I gave her some love and attention, told her she's pretty and perfect, and then I went to go and continue about my day. Before I had to leave to go ride a couple ponies and teach lessons, I went back up to the front to go say hi to Snickerdoodles again. My grandma came out to say hi to her again. We gave Snickerdoodle some attention, brushed her a little bit. I said bye to my grandma before she went to go drive home. And then I left to go ride a couple ponies and to teach lessons. And then it was on to Tuesday. Day 2, being at the new home. Hi, pony. Tuesday was very similar to Monday. I came out, fed the horses, fed Nina, said hi to Snickerdoodles, went back to doing all the things I had to do. I came back before I had to go teach. Spent some time playing with Snickerdoodles, brushing her mane, giving her treats, telling her how perfect she is. Just, bonding, I guess we can call it. Nothing that eventful. I got some super cute photos of her. She's so photogenic. I'm jealous that I'm not that photogenic. Wednesday rolls around. I come up to the barn. I feed the horses. I say hi to Snickerdoodle. Good morning, pony. Hello, how are you? Hi, baby. Hello. And then we had the dentist that day. I didn't do a whole lot with Snickerdoodle. Very similar to the last 2 days. I'm busy with, the whole horses thing, and I'm kind of letting her be. Coming by to remind her, hey, pony, we're buddies. And Not much to say about Wednesday other than that. That's really all Wednesday was. I came out earlier Thursday morning because we had the vet coming to do vaccines for everybody. I was pretty busy Thursday. I was already tired from dentist the day before. It was just me on the dentist day by myself. Feeling pretty unmotivated to go through a vet day right after dentist day. But fortunately, one of the boarders came around to help on the vet day, and I am so grateful. The littlest bit of help goes a long way when you're running around and vaccinating horses. So Snickerdoodle's got up-to-date vaccines for what vaccines we do at our barn. Super good about them. She was super friendly. The vet thought she was super cute. Duh. Similar story. I went up to go hang out with her. I didn't see her when I got up to the field, but this field's on a big downward hill, so I had an idea of where she was.
Pony, you're so far away. I don't want to walk down the hill. Snickers! Pony, please. I don't want to walk down there. It's so far away. Man. Okay, it's progress. Pony! I don't really want to do all that. It's a lot of work to walk up the hill, which is also how I feel about walking up that hill.
Fortunately, I called her up, tried getting her attention, and to my delight, this lovely little blonde pony comes trotting up the field.
There we go. That's a cute trot. Oh, you're a cute mover. Hi, baby girl. Hello. Good mare. I brought the vet out and he poked you, and it was awful. Where are we going? I have places to be, apparently. Okay, bye. All right. Nice to see you too.
We had a mail truck come by and she was really interested in that, so she waltzed on over to go look at it, and then when she's done with that, she trots back to me.
Oh, hello. Oh, wow.
I had brought out a botfly knife to start working on some of the botfly eggs she had on her, because she had plenty. Attempting to work on the botflies, and she's very helpful. Very helpful. The most helpful. I took a couple of cute selfies with her. The most photogenic pony.
Oh, you're so pretty. You're so pretty.
After that, I had to go drag my butt out, go teach, and at this point, I'm so gassed. I got myself a coffee, and I'm just dragging myself through these last few lessons after a long day. I lived. Then comes Friday. Friday is usually the day that comes after Thursday. Wow. Time to see the ponies.
Hello, girlies. How are we? I know, you're starving, Nina. Where is your brain? Look at your little dorsal stripe you've got, too. Wow. You're doing everything in your power to not look like a palomino, and it's kind of impressive. It says, yeah. I just thought being confusing. I look like a doppelgänger, but also a buckskin, but also a dun. I just gotta keep you on your toes. Oh, this is such a good angle for you. You're so good at this one. Oh. Thank you. Oh.
Not a whole lot happened on Friday.
One peppermint. All of my business while I open it. Whoa. There we go. You are so cute.
I had plans to go up to West Virginia with my siblings for a ghost hunting thing, which was very fun. On our way up, my boyfriend and I went to go see my two other horses. It was really nice to see them. I was excited to see them. My boyfriend hadn't seen their new setup, so I was excited for him to see them. We go there, and my pony Jolene is being all talkative. She nickers at us. I didn't get it on video, and then Winter, my other mare, did too, and I was like, oh my gosh, they actually missed us. I was fully like, I don't think they're gonna care that we're there. They're gonna be like, I know you guys. But no, they were very sweet. We went out into the field. The girls both trotted up to us, and to my shock, Jolene trots up to my boyfriend first. Then Winter ran up to me, because JoJo had already taken their favorite. But it was really good to see them. It was a good end to my work week last week. And then comes Sunday. The Sunday that was yesterday. Not the Sunday where she came here, but the new Sunday.
Hi. Hey there. What are you doing?
Sunday afternoon, my boyfriend and I go back out to the barn. Snickerdoodle's breakaway halter had magically disappeared, so that's sitting somewhere in the quarantine field. We grab the two, we lead them up to the little pony dry lot, and we let them loose. I'm expecting drama because of a certain pony in this field, Penny, a little old paint grade thing, very chunky, but very, very bossy.
Oh.
As expected, Penny had to do her rounds chasing Snickerdoodles.
Coming in very hot to see the new pony.
And her little mini entourage followed in.
Goodness. Ooh. This is why Nina was the babysitter.
I was really shocked to see Snickerdoodles actually move because I saw her trot and I thought it was a cute trot, but she was trotting.
Oh my goodness, what a trot.
Oh,
Wow.
look at her.
We're a fancy thing.
Like, there was a trot going on here. And the clips aren't great. You don't really see her straight on at the shoulder, but you can see it's a cute trot. She's got some good action in there.
Wow.
Whoa, look at her.
What a trot.
It is quite lovely.
Yeah.
And that's just how she is.
Yeah. Hello, ponies. Don't run us over. Penny, I think she's got the point.
Very Arabian-y also. She's got her head up high, flagging her tail.
Oh, we got everyone fired up. I heard snorting. Are you snorting? It's a little Arabian. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm a big sucker for Arabians. I've got my 2 Arabian, my coal mine horse. I think she's got a little Arabian somewhere in there. And now I've got my second feral pony. I can say confidently it has some Arabian in there because they do mix Arabian in with the Chincoteague ponies, but it's not as obvious on her. It's like there's a little dash of Arabian spice in there.
Definitely some short hits.
Oh, 100%. Sorry, I see Jingles just under the phone making the cutest little face. Says, I fancy too.
So small.
I led up my other mare, Bug, the Arabian, to make sure she said hi to Snickerdoodles over the fence while I could watch them. I know Bug well enough to know that she is an a-hole, which
Buggy.
was about the interaction we got.
Nice.
I wanted to be there to see them touching noses for the first time and made sure no one kicked any fence boards down. Overall, drama, but reasonable drama. Penny had a lot to say.
Oh.
Everyone was fine. Snickerdoodle was kind of like, okay guys, that was a lot of fun. Can we go back to the quarantine field now?
Still coming with.
I love this little part of the clip where Bug makes some awful dinosaur noise just because all 3 of us turn our heads to look. Snickerdoodle's in the middle. It's just precious.
You are so cute. Yes, you are.
She's definitely my kind of pony. It is Monday now. Today's going to be the first day I try to work with Snickerdoodles. Not going to be much, but you'll hear about that in a minute. Feeding went well. She really just shared food off of Nina, which is fine. It's going to take them a little bit to figure out the feeding order. I know it's going to be Penny first. Hi, it's the end of the week now.
Time to go catch the pony. I'll preface this by saying I don't really know all that she knows, so today is going to kind of be figuring out what she does know.
I was going in pretty blind. I wasn't sure where Snickerdoodle was training-wise. There's not a lot of video from Monday because of that. My priority was handling the horse, not getting content. She knew how to lead, how to load and unload on a trailer. Everything beyond that, no clue.
She's not feral. but I don't know if she knows how to cross tie. I don't know how familiar she is with grooming. You know, we're gonna find out. A cute little Lemieux halter I gifted my grandma a while ago, and somebody's wasting no time to come up, so I'm gonna go ahead and catch this wild thing. And obstacle number 1, putting on the halter. She didn't love me putting the halter on, but nothing too dramatic. She was kind of like, hey, ew. Obstacle 2, trying to walk through the gate. She just kind of stopped in the middle of it and then just kind of pulled back on any pressure I tried to apply. I kind of let the gate close on her to push her butt out of there. 3, she didn't want to walk into the barn. She did the same thing she did trying to go out of the gate. Stop, pull back, not give to pressure. I was like, okay, great. Obstacle 4. Once I got her in the barn, she just kind of shoved into me to try to run us out of the barn. I tried to back her up. She didn't know how to back up. Kind of had to wrestle with her in the barn there for a moment. Based off all of this, I've concluded she needs a lot of groundwork. After we spent less than 10 minutes in the barn, we go down to the round pen and we just work on backing up. It was obvious to me that she didn't fully understand the concept of giving to pressure, but she picked up what I was asking very quickly. And by the end of our time in the round pen, she was backing up with no problem. After our backing up training session in the round pen, we went back to the barn. We started our training session in the barn, and we ended in the barn, like if you were tacking up or untacking a horse. We got to the barn, and we worked on backing up in the barn. I wish I had video of her when we first got in the barn. I didn't want her dragging the two of us while I'm trying to set up a camera. I was really happy with training session number 1. I got a good idea of where she's at. We need a lot of groundwork, but for day 1 of this started with her shoving me and trying to run out of the barn aisle. I'm pretty happy with that. Yes, I use treats to train. Yes, Snickerdoodle is already very mouthy. Yes, I know some people absolutely hate that and think it's awful and dangerous and the worst thing in the world that your horse may mouth at you a little bit. If it wasn't for the fact that Snickerdoodle is going to be one of my main riding horses, I'd care more, but I don't mind my personal horses being a little mouthy as long as they're not using teeth. Yeah, Monday went well. Tuesday was cold and very windy. So breakfast on Tuesday, Snickerdoodle ate by herself. At this point, the hierarchy in the field is Penny, Nina, Jingles, Snickerdoodle, and then Star. Catching her with Fine, she was still a little reluctant about putting the halter on. She's not head shy or ear shy at all. I think she just hasn't been haltered very regularly. We did stop in the middle of the gate again. We're very looky walking to the barn, which is understandable. The wind was ridiculous. The wind was kind of directly going in the barn, so the barn was very scary. Of course, if it was too much for her, we weren't going to do a whole lot in there because I didn't want the barn to be a bad place, but I also want her to learn that sometimes the barn is slightly different than other times. I lightly introduced cross tie. She did pretty good. We were very wiggly, and we'd drift off to one side, then drift off to the other side. Based on the fact that she didn't know how to move sideways when I asked her, I knew what we were going to be working on Tuesday. We went down to the round pen, and I started with working on what we had done yesterday, just working on backing up, and she was better at it beginning of Tuesday than she was the end of Monday, so that let me know that she actually thinks and processes the information she learns, which I love when horses do that. Along with backing up, we were walking over this little flipped over wood pallet that she had no issue with. After we reinforced what we worked on yesterday, I introduced the idea of moving laterally off of pressure. She was really quick to pick up on what I was asking, and by the end of it, she had a pretty solid idea of what we wanted.
At the end of the session, we went back to the barn like we did yesterday, and we worked on our side-to-side movement in the barn aisle. So by the end of Tuesday, we had sideways and backwards movement. Really, really impressive stuff. It is a slightly warmer Wednesday morning than Tuesday morning. I'm currently standing making sure someone doesn't move off her feed to go steal the other horse's feed. And I've got Miss Doodle over there. Morning feeding went fine. Snickerdoodle is still getting the idea of how you're supposed to eat on your own thing and you're supposed to stay there. So I'd kind of have to stand and watch over her and be like, hey, stay right there. And then eventually chase Penny off of everyone else's feed. She was kind of taking advantage of the fact that she could push Star around. After Snickerdoodle took like a bite of her own feed, she'd kind of try to go over Star, and I'd be like, hey, no. Getting out of the field on Wednesday was way easier than the last 2 days. But when we got to the gate and she stopped in the middle of it, I was able to ask her to move sideways out of the gate, and she did, with no problem. When I put her on the cross ties on Wednesday, the difference from the day before was drastic. We still had some wiggliness going on, but I was able to fully groom her and pick her feet on Wednesday with her standing in the cross ties. Snickerdoodle is a type of pony that actually thinks about the information you give her, so that little bit of time on the cross ties on Tuesday made a big difference on Wednesday. She's learning that having a job is not the worst thing ever. And that work can be fun. She's a lot more relaxed right now than she was yesterday, but she's a smart girl. There's a brain in there. Good brain in there. Oh my god, the inside of her tail is pitch black. Wow. Don't back up too much. I want to show how, wow. Her color is so unique. It is totally black hair in there. That is so cool. You're so unique. Didn't do much new in the round pen today. I was just kind of reinforcing everything we had been working on the last 2 days. Because being in the cross ties went so well, I wasn't really interested in introducing a new subject. You can see in the clips how willing she is to move off pressure now. By Wednesday, her attitude was changing a lot. It feels like she's starting to enjoy the work we're doing. Whereas Monday and Tuesday, she was definitely pretty unsure and not feeling very confident. And Wednesday, there was still insecurity there, a little bit of anxiousness in the barn, but significantly better than the last 2 days. This pony's just got a really good work ethic, and I love it. It's so hard to video you because you are the in-your-pocket type. We're just going in a circle, ma'am. He says, yeah, it's a good circle. Hi. Moving on to Thursday. Breakfast time was similar to the day before, but there was a little bit more conflict in between Jingles and Snickerdoodle. They were testing each other more. Jingles was still frightening to Snickerdoodle, but Snickerdoodle would come around just to test her a little bit. Jingles would make a mean face and Snickerdoodle would go, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Hi, Stinker. Hey, gorgeous. Hello. Hi. Hello. I didn't get any video of Snickerdoodle in the cross ties on Thursday because one of the boarders was out and we were talking while I was grooming her. But Snickerdoodle was very good standing there while we were chatting. Thursday was primarily just working on all the things we had worked on the rest of the week. But after we had spent some time in the round pen, I decided to introduce her to the big girl arena. We've officially unlocked the big girl arena today. I mean, it's not a huge arena. It's just underneath a small dressage ring, but we're checking it out. Excuse the weird footing. We just had new footing put down and it hasn't been fully dragged yet. She had no issue being in the new location. She's the type of horse who wants to check something out before she reacts to it. The geldings were kind of distracting her here and there, but for the most part, her attention was on me. Checked out the mounting block a little bit. I was able to pick it up and move it towards her, and she didn't care at all. I did try doing some things with her off the lead rope, and some of it she was fine with. Eventually, she realized she was off the lead rope and thought the grass around the outside of the arena was a lot more interesting than me, so she lost freedom privileges, and we were back on the lead rope. We played with standing next to the mounting block. That was something I wish I did a whole lot more of with the first pony I ever started, Jolene, when I was 17, but I didn't know what I was doing when I was breaking Jolene. A lot of this pony starting process I'm comparing to my other pony, Jolene. Jolene is kind of a similar situation. I got her as an unbroke 6-year-old who had some handling and had been maybe sat on once or twice. But with Jolene, I had no idea what I was doing. I think she turned out great, but there was a lot of basics I wish I had done a lot more work with. And now with Snickerdoodle, I'm kind of going and doing all the things I'd wish I'd done with Jolene because there's a lot of similarities between the two of them. So I'm really interested to compare where I was on the first horse I started versus now. When I came back to the barn, someone had turned off the barn lights, which was annoying, but it's fine. But I wanted to be able to see. I was feeling ambitious. I put Snickerdoodle in the cross ties and I go walk behind her to go to the tack room. And I went and flicked on the light, and I walk out of the tack room, and she's standing there, perfect, looking out the barn aisle, no problem, no complaint.
Oh, we're fidgeting. Hi. Good girl.
Now on to Friday. At breakfast time, I was very surprised to have Snickerdoodle eat before Jingles.
A very unexpected turn of events. Snickerdoodle is now eating before Jingles. So at some point, they had some sort of a, I guess, altercation, and Snickerdoodle decided that she was bossier than Jingles.
I didn't think too much of it at first. Snickerdoodle would try to eat at the same time I'd feed Nina, and I fed Nina second. So it's kind of like, okay, she's just moving on to the next feed and Jingles is waiting her turn. Cool. But by the time they were finishing feed, I'm trying to get a little bit of B-roll, and Jingles makes a nasty face at Snickerdoodle, and then Snickerdoodle just books it.
Ooh. Ooh. You tell her, Snickerdoodle. Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, we finally learned that we're bigger than her.
Of course, Penny had issue with Snickerdoodle going after one of her henchmen, but I can say confidently that Snickerdoodle has officially conquered Jingles, which took long enough. Jingles is like 30 and 2 inches tall. When I was going out to catch Snickerdoodle, I caught her sunbathing. Safe to say, she's settled in very nicely, and now that she's conquered Jingles, she feels way more comfortable. I went and caught her, and she was a lot better about me putting the halter on. We walked through the gate like it was nothing. Like, there was no stopping whatsoever. I opened the gate, she walked forward, turned her butt sideways, backed up, closed the gate. Perfect. Go into the barn, I put her in the cross ties. At this point, she's got the cross tie thing down. And I groom her. She was kind of super muddy on one side. She's also a weird color, so like she hides dirt really well. Just super nice and quiet in the cross ties, besides slightly. Overall, really good in the cross ties. Instead of going to the round pen today, we just went right to the arena. I didn't really film much in the arena on Friday because we were just doing the same thing we had been doing the last few days. I walked her around the ring, we worked on halting, working on backing up, moving side to side, all that nice, good groundwork stuff. We worked with the mounting block again, like she has for everything she's learned. She was better at it today than she was at the end of the training session the day before. I was feeling a little brave that day. Not smart, but brave. Just for funsies, I tried really putting my weight on Snickerdoodle today. From everything I've gathered from this pony, she's not reactive. She thinks before she does anything. So I knew the likelihood of her doing anything explosive was very low. So we went up to the mounting block a couple of times, and then standing on the second step, I lean most of my weight on her. I'm able to keep a foot on the mounting block because she is so little. And then I take both feet off. First time, she walked away a little bit, but I stayed on. But she didn't explode. She just kind of walked and was like, hey, a little strange. And we went back, and I got on her again, put my weight fully on her, took my feet off the mounting block, and she stood there nicely. I gave her some pets, gave her a treat, told her she's a good girl, and then I got off, and that was it for the mounting block. No more of that. I look so tall, but it's because Snickerdoodle is so little. I did confirm she is 13 too. Should I have had a helmet on? Yes. Did I plan on doing this today? No. Always wear a helmet. I'll wear a helmet next time. I did get a little bit of video of me working on moving her laterally over a pole, which wasn't the most successful, but we'll get there. I really got to say, by Friday, her mood towards the whole training thing was so much better than it was Monday. It was a huge difference between the kind of anxious and insecure pony I was working with Monday versus this calm, ready to learn, willing pony that I had on Friday. We had no nervous poops at all on Friday. Really solid day.
She's a very smart girl. Quick learner, very quick learner, and very willing to learn.
If you've made it this far into the video, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. This is my first time ever putting something together like this, and it's been a lot of fun. I've been having a great time with this pony already. It's only been 2 weeks, and I'm obsessed with her. I am a pony addict. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, maybe subscribe. I hope to do more of these types of videos and continue to document my progress and journey with Miss Snickerdoodle, because I'm very excited to be working with a Chincoteague pony.
Especially one this cute. Yeah.
I hope to see y'all in the next video. Oh, I didn't mean to film this direction. Hi, pony. Hi. Hello. You're so pretty. You're so pretty and perfect.